Imagine opening your eyes even before the alarm clock, but your body feels trapped, as if every muscle has spent the night wrapped in heavy blankets. Now think, what if there was a hidden ritual, widely tested by nature itself, capable of transforming these morning minutes into a gentle passage of the pillow at your disposal? Follow until the end of this video, because you will learn a simple secret inspired by the movements of cats that can relieve that stiffness in the morning and leave your body feeling free to enjoy the day with less anxiety. Many people believe that getting older means waking up rusty every day. For anyone over 60, this story of feeling like your body is stuck when you get up is almost a classic. But what if I told you that your body can be prepared early on to ward off this discomfort? We will discover together that there is a practical and safe way to change your routine, bringing results that appear in the first few days. The best part, you don't need to be flexible or have previous experience. Why does this topic deserve your attention? The answer is simple. Suffering from stiff muscles and that weight on your joints as soon as you get up can turn small tasks into daily challenges. Putting on a blouse, tying your shoes, or just walking down the hall to serve coffee often takes more effort than it should. At 60, going through this is not just uncomfortable, it invites irritation, fear of tripping, insecurity about leaving the house. Morning well-being sets the tone for the rest of the day, and anyone who has ever felt that pop in their knee knows the difference between getting out of bed ready or dragging themselves to the kitchen. Now, be aware, more than 65% of people over 60 report stiffness or anxiety in the early hours of the day. It's not in your head. How about trying a new path, kinder to your body and mind? It's like tending a garden in the early hours of the day. The right movements prepare each leaf to receive the sun. At 60, going through this is not just uncomfortable. It invites irritation, fear of tripping, insecurity about leaving the house. Morning well-being sets the tone for the rest of the day, and anyone who has ever felt that pop in their knee knows the difference between getting out of bed ready or dragging themselves to the kitchen. Now, be aware, more than 65% of people over 60 report stiffness or anxiety in the early hours of the day. It's not in your head. How about trying a new path, kinder to your body and mind? It's like tending a garden in the early hours of the day. The right movements prepare each leaf to receive the sun. In fact, who never took a long, noisy stretch just to hear their back crack and laugh about it as a child? I bet just thinking about it makes your body want to move. In the next step, we will dive into the reasons behind this rigidity and anxiety. After all, every garden needs special attention at dawn. When thinking about this special attention at dawn, I imagine Helena's mornings. She has always prided herself on waking up early and listening to the radio in the kitchen. But in recent years, things have changed. As soon as I woke up, I felt heavy legs, cold feet, and the feeling of not being completely awake even after getting up. When picking up the cup of coffee, his trembling fingers betrayed his hidden nervousness. Everything seemed to cost twice as much energy, and even the desire to go to the window to see the street disappeared amidst the discomfort. Anxiety took over the routine. It wasn't just the stiffness in my muscles or the pain in my shoulders when I stretched my arms towards the shelves. Each morning was accompanied by that tightness in her chest, as if the clock was ticking faster than she was. Small worries, which would previously have gone unnoticed, seemed to increase in size from the first moment of the day. This affected the mood, the enthusiasm of talking on the phone with a loved one, and even the old custom of feeding the bird outside. Have you ever noticed how the body and head seem to align in worry? It's the famous cycle of morning anxiety. tense muscles, racing thoughts, and that sudden stop in the middle of the hallway, as if seeking balance before even taking the next step. Doctors call this the physiological response to stress, that natural reaction of the body that prepares to act, but ends up robbing you of the pleasure of small tasks. It's an invisible detail, but it takes over the entire day. Now here's something surprising. Studies show that more than half of seniors report increased anxiety upon waking, and not just physically. Mental well-being also plummets when the body is less willing. Many people still think that waking up tense is normal as we age, or that intense movements are necessary to improve mood. But is it really? Notice now how you are sitting there. Is the body relaxed, or is some part tense? Close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and feel your feet touching the floor. If you ever thought it was funny when grandmothers walked around the house in flip-flops, today you realize that even this detail brought a certain comfortable charm. Funny how our ancient customs carry wisdom, even if they arrive with a little noise in the hallway. Our search for gentler paths continues, ready to understand the mistakes that hinder awakening and seek a lighter alternative tomorrow morning. If before we commented on ancient customs with a smile, the time has come to face some common ideas that get in the way of a lighter awakening. Have you ever heard that story that, after a certain age, it's better not to move too much to avoid getting worse? This belief has spread across generations and still convinces many people to avoid gentle movement or stretching in the morning. But the curious thing is that the less we move in the morning, the more the body protests during the day. You know when we sit for hours on a bus ride and getting up feels like giving birth? Well, studies show that getting up slowly and moving your body reduces chronic pain by up to 25% in elderly people who tested this change, unlike the idea that excessive rest would help. Notice the active elderly people in the square in the morning. They tend to have firmer and more lively steps than those who spend the day on the couch. Now, many are surprised to discover that light, natural movements like stretching or rolling your shoulders are more beneficial than intense, rule-filled stretches. Contrary to what is generally thought, you don't need to become a contortionist or follow a complicated exercise routine to wake up better. The secret is in repeating small gestures, similar to those spontaneous stretches we did as children. The term muscular flexibility, the muscle's ability to stretch effortlessly, seems technical, but it's simple. If the body keeps moving smoothly, it responds with less pain and more energy. Anyone who watches a cat waking up notices that it shifts its weight from one side to the other, stretches its paws, and yawns for a long time. A few moments are enough, and soon he jumps to the window, light and curious. And you, what natural gestures do you feel like trying now? Take the opportunity to comment here and tell us, does your morning also have a special tradition, any ritual or curious craze? Share your experiences to inspire others to take better care of their own awakening. If you're enjoying these tips, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This helps the content reach more people who can benefit. Thinking about solutions, imagine transforming your morning into a pleasant moment, almost like someone cultivating a garden and noticing each leaf waking up with the sun. In the next section, we will reveal how to set up your own easy and safe ritual to ward off anxiety and start the day lighter. Now that we understand that waking up can be lighter, let's explore truly accessible solutions to incorporate into your routine. What if you tried starting your day with a mindful pause at your bedside? When you open your eyes, allow yourself a few minutes before getting up. Sit down and keep your feet firmly on the floor. Inhale slowly through your nose, Release the air calmly through your mouth and repeat this cycle 3 times. It doesn't matter if there's a sound of birds or pans in the kitchen. The important thing is to feel the air coming in and out. This simple detail reduces your heart rate, relaxes your mind, and starts the day by alleviating anxiety. To make it easier, use an alarm clock with a soft sound, something that doesn't scare you early in the morning. Many have discovered that warm lemon water, as soon as they wake up, is like watering their own internal garden. The recipe is simple. Squeeze half a lemon into 200 milliliters of slightly warmed water. Drink slowly, focusing on temperature and flavor. In addition to hydrating the body, this ritual helps the body to wake up gently, facilitating intestinal transit and helping to reduce the feeling of heaviness upon awakening. If you want a special touch, add a mint leaf. During breakfast, how about moving your body without complications? While waiting for the water to boil or the toast to be ready, hold the sink and make circular movements with your shoulders. 10 turns forward and 10 backwards. You don't need to raise your arms too high. The movement should be comfortable, like someone stretching without rushing. The term joint mobility, which is the ease of joints moving, sounds like a physiotherapist's word, but it just means moving so as not to get stuck. This reduces pain and prevents falls, especially for those over 60. Now, share in the comments. Do you already have a ritual to wake up better, or do you remember any old family tips? This could inspire more people. See how Paulo, who always felt tired in the morning, gradually changed. At first, he hesitated until he did the shoulder exercise, finding himself amused in the mirror. But he soon noticed his fingers becoming less rigid when he picked up the coffee spoon and his breathing calmer. Not everything is immediate. Like new plants, habits need to be cultivated with patience. And yes, swapping the traditional bread for a glass of warm water may generate protests. But after a few days, the body will thank you with more energy and ease. In addition to mindful pauses and simple movements, there is another practical solution to enrich your mornings even more. How about trying a light self-massage ritual on your feet as soon as you wake up? Before putting on your flip-flops, use your fingertips to make circular movements on the sole of each foot for about a minute. This stimulates circulation, warms the body, and brings that pleasant feeling that your feet are really waking up with you. Anyone who has lived with grandparents knows that a foot bath to relax at night was part of daily care. Now this tradition has a morning version to provide comfort, and if you feel like laughing in solitude at tickling your own feet, even better. Also think about guided breathing, which can be inserted before coffee or reading. Imagine counting to 4 while inhaling through your nose, holding the air for 2 seconds, and exhaling slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Alternating times, feeling your body relax with each cycle helps control anxiety and improves mental clarity. You don't need complicated apps or techniques. Just silence and paying attention to your body are enough. For those who enjoy an aromatic ritual, here's a simple mini recipe. Add 2 drops of lavender essential oil into a bowl of hot water. Place it next to the bed and smell the soft aroma for 3 minutes while doing guided breathing. Returning to the story of Paulo, now accustomed to these new habits. One day, he realized that his legs no longer felt so heavy when he stood up, and his steps became safer. One detail caught his attention. He prepared the coffee, smelled the aroma, and felt a different peaceful joy, like on old Sundays with his family. Among the concrete benefits, Paulo noticed fewer falls when walking in the yard, reduced stiffness in his shoulders, and an easier time performing simple tasks, such as combing his hair. Obstacles always appear. Sometimes it's tiredness, sometimes it's the old habit of putting it off until later. But adjusting expectations, asking for help, and celebrating each small achievement makes a difference. If you remember the past, who never drank herbal tea before bed or heard grandma's advice to stretch like a cat, traditional care is renewed. To recap, starting the day with warm water, gentle movements, and conscious breathing brings lightness to the body, improves mood, and reduces morning anxiety, as practical routine examples prove. I want to hear your experiences and suggestions. Share how you usually take care of your awakening. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and send this video to a friend who deserves a lighter awakening. Here's the challenge of the week. Choose at least 2 of these practices to try every day and see the changes. In the next videos, I will bring more inspirations that are easy to apply. Remember, every morning is a new garden to cultivate, and you decide how you want it to flourish, one gesture at a time.